Question: can you really improve your GFR by 1 stage or even 2 just by adding some seeds to your eating plan? Today we will answer exactly this question.
You're gonna like it.
A lot changed in the way kidney disease is managed in the last few years, and it's very important to keep ourselves updated. The world of medicine is slowly going from "you can never improve with CKD" to "improvements are possible at any CKD stage, 4 and 5 included, if certain conditions are met." But this is a very slow process. Many doctors are still stuck with the old way of thinking, and this means that you should get informed if you want to improve, especially about the renal diet. Because that's where we have seen the biggest changes, and also because eating foods that help the kidneys instead of burdening them is key to improve, says science. The study you see here is part of the reason why we are slowly transitioning from a mentality of forbidding all patients from eating so many healthy veggies and then watching them going into end-stage renal failure to recommending people to eat more veggies. We know today that eating more veggies is a very underrated way patients can keep or even improve their GFR. Speaking of underrated ways of helping your kidneys, today's video is all about the healthiest seeds you can safely add to your renal diet. Today we will see a seed that reduces oxalate absorption, a seed that fights inflammation, and a seed that may drastically lower your creatinine levels. Now a question before we begin. Do you eat seeds regularly? Why or why not? Let's talk about it in comment section. Today, however, I think I will convince many of you guys to add at least a couple different seeds to your eating plans. You see, certain seeds possess extraordinary properties, powerful health benefits that extend far beyond their mere nutritional values. Question: what seeds are a must in a renal diet? Let's see the first one. This is a very underrated seed that comes with a unique health benefit. It actually reduces oxalate absorption, making it ideal for those in the more advanced stages of CKD. I'm talking about pumpkin seed. Pumpkin seeds are one of the most commonly consumed types of seeds in the world, and I believe you should consider them for your eating plan. The reason is a study conducted in the Ubon province in Thailand, where many people suffer from kidney stones. Here, researchers were able to prove that just by eating more pumpkin seeds, people were able to decrease their risk for causing oxalate stones. Amazing benefit! Yes, many people are told to avoid seeds because they are rich in oxalate, when you can actually eat seeds to reduce your risk for hyperoxaluria and kidney stones. And this is not all. Another study linked pumpkin seeds consumption to significant improvements in cholesterol and diastolic pressure. It's worth mentioning that this study was conducted on postmenopausal women and that pumpkin seed oil was used. However, this does not take away from the substantial health advantages offered by pumpkin seeds. If you want to add these seeds to your eating plan, make sure to lightly roast them. This will enhance their taste and decrease their phytic acid or phosphorus content. Okay guys, up next, a seed that you may never have imagined would actually be beneficial for your health. Yes, this one may come as a real surprise. Apple seed.
Wait. What?
Are apple seeds actually good for you? Aren't they dangerous? Well, according to recent research, apple seeds may not just be good for you. In fact, these seeds could be among the most potent detoxifying foods available. Yes, these scientists discovered that you can get a significant amount of healthy probiotics, great to help the body's natural detoxification process, from the core of apples. But should you actually eat them? Well, only one way to find out. Stay tuned here in Double O Kidney, subscribe and set the notification bell to all because I've made a full video about the best natural probiotic sources including apple seeds, and it's going to be live this Sunday. Don't miss it. Up next, a seed that's the best sources of one of those vitamins you can never get in a renal diet. Before that, a question that may get asked. My doctor told me to avoid seeds. Are you sure seeds are safe in a renal diet? Today, some seeds are considered a superfood when it comes to kidney health. As I was saying, recently, a lot changed in the way eating plants for people with kidney issues are created. And the biggest changes are those concerning phosphorus and potassium. These two minerals are the reason why nephrologists use to tell kidney disease sufferers to avoid seeds altogether. And while it is still better to only eat seeds in moderation, I don't think you should completely avoid them anymore. Because you see, today the aim of a renal diet is to help you improve your creatinine and GFR levels, not just to limit potassium and phosphorus consumption. And this happened because science found out that eating more potassium and phosphorus from vegetables does not automatically translate into higher serum levels. This is especially true for potassium. Dietary potassium accounts for just a small amount of the potassium in your body. Not much of the potassium you get from, bananas or even seeds is actually absorbed by the body. The biggest part is excreted in the stool. This means that unless your potassium levels are already too high, consuming these foods will likely provide way more health benefits than drawbacks. Now, on the other hand, those with potassium levels that are actually too high should be careful. But avoiding bananas or seeds won't help them. Just finding and solving the actual cause of the problem will help. Phosphorus is a little bit different, especially because foods rich in phosphorus can actually harm you. But the thing that matters the most when it comes to phosphorus is the source. You see, just like for potassium, the human body doesn't absorb phosphorus from vegetables very well. The biggest part is directly excreted. So for example, when you see that 28 grams of pumpkin seeds have 333 milligrams of phosphorus, think more about 100 milligrams of phosphorus. That won't really cause you a problem. Now, this is not true, however, for animal-based sources of phosphorus. We absorb nearly the 100% of the phosphorus from animal sources. So yeah, follow a low-protein diet if you want to protect your kidneys from phosphorus. Time now to see what seed you can eat to get a vitamin that can help with kidney health. There is one vitamin that you can't get from many foods and that you are also not supposed to supplement if you have kidney disease. However, in a study on people with kidney disease, this vitamin was observed producing huge improvements in creatinine levels when obtained from foods. Yes, this study linked a higher consumption of foods rich in vitamin E to a significant reduction in creatinine levels. This happens because vitamin E is a very powerful antioxidant. But you can get it from supplements and it's not the easiest to get in a renal diet. There's only one excellent source of this vitamin. I'm talking about sunflower seeds. Sunflower seeds have a mild, nutty flavor and a firm but tender texture. They're often roasted to enhance the flavor, though you can also buy them raw. They're delicious and healthy. Sunflower seeds are also rich in magnesium, great to lower blood pressure, and in a compound called chlorogenic acid, which has diabetes-fighting properties. But their main benefit is another. In approximately 28 grams or about 1 ounce of dry roasted sunflower seeds, there is about 7.4 milligrams of vitamin E. This is roughly half of the daily recommended intake for this essential nutrient. And as I was saying, this small amount of seeds can make a difference in the long term. The reason is the huge antioxidant potential vitamin E has. You see, oxidative stress is a cause of kidney damage present in all patients. Finding foods that fight oxidative stress is a must to protect our kidneys. And yes, certain seeds are unique because they can provide you with some nutrients that you can't get anywhere else in similar amounts. Up next, a seed that contains a special type of essential fatty acids, chia seeds. Chia seeds are somehow special for the renal diet because you really want the omega-3s they have. Research says that eating chia seeds regularly may improve heart health, reduce cholesterol levels, and even decrease the risk for developing diabetes and heart disease. And the reason why chia seeds are so good for you is their content of omega-3 fatty acids, incredibly healthy for people with kidney problems. Scientists were even able to find a link between omega-3 supplementation and reduced risk of end-stage renal disease. So consider adding these seeds to your diet. And also when it comes to omega-3s, consider a supplement because you can't eat large amount of seeds every day, unfortunately. The reason is simple. Protein. Okay, now you may ask, are protein from vegetables safe? Are they any better than animal protein? Protein from vegetables are different from animal protein, but we still absorb about 80% to 90% of protein from vegetables. So we can't, just eat all these seeds we want in a day. Because while potassium and phosphorus may not be as big of an issue as previously believed, protein definitely is. This means that you should still limit plant-based protein intake if you have kidney disease stage 3, 4, or 5. And while there are studies that indicate that plant protein is less damaging for the kidneys because it's less acid forming than animal protein, you still need to limit it. Now guys, I went a lot more in depth about the topic of plant-based protein in my video up here and also in the description. Watch it now to know more. Because I really believe you need to understand how to safely incorporate seeds in your diet. Because there are some seeds with amazing benefits. Now a seed that you absolutely want in your diet. Seriously, if you are going to add just one seed, it should be this one. Flaxseed. This small seed is often recommended to those following a renal diet because it comes with many health benefits. Flaxseed is rich in fiber, alpha-linolenic acid, and lignans, a type of polyphenols with antioxidant properties. This is why flaxseed can lower your blood pressure, says science. It can also help with sugar levels and cholesterol. What's more incredible is that, in a study on people suffering from lupus nephritis, those eating flaxseed every day for just 4 weeks were able to lower their proteinuria levels significantly as well as their creatinine levels. And researchers believe that any kidney patient may benefit from the anti-inflammatory properties of this small seed. But remember that to add it to your diet, you need to crush or grind flaxseed. Okay guys, time now to see which seed was used to help people with kidney disease lower the stage of CKD they were in. In this trial, there were 6 patients in stage 4, 11 in stage 3, and just 6 in stage 2. But after 6 months of using an antioxidant derived from this seed, only 2 patients were still in stage 4. Only 2 out of 6. 11 patients were now in stage 2 of kidney disease. Yes, there is one seed that can actually do this in just 6 months. I'm talking about grape seeds. Yes, the small seeds in grapes that we usually just discard have an antioxidant benefit so powerful they have been used in a trial to drastically improve GFR in people in stage 2, 3, and 4. Now, what they used in this trial was not just grape seeds. They use an extract called grape seed extract or GSE. This is a dietary supplement made by removing, drying, and pulverizing the bitter tasting seeds of grapes. Now, if you are considering trying this powerful extract, I've made a full video about GSE you can watch to get informed about it. Question is, why are you not taking this supplement already? We are going to examine the results of an incredibly promising trial conducted on 33 CKD patients in stage 2, 3, and 4. They were also suffering either from diabetes or high blood pressure or both, and they all had incredible results from taking just 6 capsules a day of this antioxidant. Well, except from the placebo group. The placebo group received no antioxidant in this study and they had no improvement whatsoever, unfortunately for them. But what they help to prove is incredibly important for us. There is an antioxidant supplement that can be used in patients in all the stages of CKD to have a fast, immediately visible improvement, and this is an extremely important finding because so many people and even doctors are still underestimating the importance of antioxidants. But you see, in large reviews of studies, antioxidant therapy has shown powerful creatinine lowering effects. Let's take a look very briefly. Antioxidant therapy was found to significantly reduce development of end stage of kidney disease and lowered serum creatinine levels. If this seems too good to be true, consider that this is a review published in the Cochrane Library, probably one of the most reputable sources of health-related information in the world. Yes, antioxidant therapy seems to be the last front, and science is pretty clear about this. The higher the antioxidant intake, the greater the chances of avoiding So the question is, how can you use antioxidants to improve kidney health? Today, many studies are being done to find the correct way of implementing antioxidant therapy. The way diseases such as diabetes and high blood pressure damage the kidneys is a process called oxidative stress, which is caused by free radicals. Free radicals cause damage to parts of cells such as DNA and cell membranes by stealing their electrons through a process called oxidation. We need to stop this process if we want to stop kidney damage. Only one thing can do this: antioxidants. Antioxidant levels are, however, deficient in most CKD patients. Question: how to get more antioxidants? There are certain vitamins with antioxidant properties that can really help. One in particular really is the best friend of your kidneys. It's an incredibly powerful natural antioxidant. I'm talking about vitamin C. Studies show that consuming more vitamin C can increase your blood antioxidant levels by up to 30%, which is a very effective way of improving. This vitamin, when in high enough concentrations, can neutralize free radical molecules, which in excess can damage cells inside the kidneys. Now, if you are suffering from diabetes, another vitamin can also help. This one is so effective against oxidative damage. It was used on 59 diabetic kidney disease patients in stage 3 of CKD. I'm talking about vitamin E. Now, vitamin E is not a vitamin that's usually recommended to supplement to those with CKD. This is because vitamin E is a fat-soluble vitamin, and that means that if supplemented in too large doses, it can accumulate. This is dangerous for patients in advanced stages of kidney disease. But vitamin E is extremely powerful as an antioxidant. So now the question is, what foods can you eat to get more antioxidants in your diet? While antioxidants can easily be supplemented, there are certain foods that are also very rich in these powerful kidney repairing molecules. Be sure to include in your diet pomegranate. This fruit is as underrated as healthy. It's so full of antioxidants, vitamins, and phytochemicals that just eating it in small amounts daily can positively impact the health of people with kidney problems. In a recent study on kidney patients, blood pressure was reduced at the point that some patients were able to swap blood pressure medications for pomegranate juice. Now, when it comes to vitamin E, include in your diet sunflower seeds. Yeah, this is a really underrated food. Just 1 ounce of these seeds contains up to the 66% of your DV for vitamin E. One antioxidant powerhouse you can eat with abandon is red cabbage. All cabbages are great additions to a well-planned kidney diet. They are low in calories, can be used in many healthy and tasty dishes. But red cabbage is richer in antioxidant, making it even healthier. And don't forget blackberries. Berries should always be present in a renal diet. They're too healthy to be ignored. And blackberries are the best when it comes to antioxidant content. Okay, back to the study we were taking a look at in the beginning. In this study, most patients in the treatment group achieved amazing results with just 6 capsules a day of an antioxidant. So the question is, what were they taking and how can you benefit from it too? The antioxidant patients received in this study is grape seed extract, or GSE in short. Grape seed extract is a polyphenolic mixture extracted from the seed of grapes that boasts powerful antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties. Now time to see the dosages for this remedy, but let's discuss safety for a moment before that. One of the most significant downsides of using grapeseed extract is that scientists don't have reliable statistics on its long-term use in humans. However, short-term studies lasting up to a year have been proven to be successful, and the remedy is considered safe and effective. I mean, doctors in Europe routinely prescribe it for heart health. What you should know is that grapeseed extract naturally lowers blood pressure and can thin your blood, so be careful. My advice here is to use your personal health journal to document everything. And also please note that grapeseed extract is not the same as grapefruit seed extract. They are both marketed as GSE, so if you plan to use this supplement, be careful. Make sure that you are actually using grapeseed extract. Now let's talk about dosages. CKD patients received 2000 milligrams of grapeseed powder a day. This was divided in 6 capsules that the patients took during the main meals. They were also received the usual therapy and no interactions were found. You're not going to find grapeseed powder on the market. However, what you will find is 20 to 1 grapeseed extract. This extract is 20 times more powerful than the powder. This means that you only need to take a single 100 milligrams pill per day with a meal. However, in a study on hypertensive people, those who took 300 milligrams of extract daily had an even greater improvement in blood pressure. 5.6% to be exact. A word of advice: find a brand that certifies the amounts of polyphenols and that received the certification from a third-party company and that adheres to strict good manufacturing practices. And if you want to know more about therapies that can make all the difference with kidney health, watch my video up here. There are just a few nutrients that alone can significantly slow down CKD progression, that can make a difference. Vitamin D is one. Vitamin D status has tremendous effects on proteinuria, a really important marker of kidney health. Omega-3s and some vitamins are also very important, but there is one nutrient that seems to be even more crucial to maintaining kidney health. I'm talking about a mineral that can be used to reduce proteinuria. The mineral of today's video is also a powerful way to reduce hypertension and to improve insulin resistance. It can help with swelling and water retention as well. It is also essential for the body to use vitamin D. And in some cases, it can be used to completely stop the decline of GFR. On the other hand, having a deficiency in this mineral can make kidney disease progress faster. Yes, I'm talking about magnesium. Question: are you protecting your kidneys already by supplementing magnesium? Today we will see how to get the most benefits from one of the most important kidney nutrients for those with kidney issues. Now, very important. Most people with CKD are not going to absorb very well standard magnesium supplements. It's also very hard to get enough magnesium from diet alone. So today we will also see what the correct way of supplementing magnesium is. Before that, question: how can you tell if you have a magnesium deficiency? The kidney plays a major role in regulating the magnesium balance. Magnesium deficiency is very common among people with CKD, especially those taking diuretics and in diabetics. There are many people that should be careful with their magnesium levels. First, those following a Western diet, low in vegetables. And also those following an outdated renal diet, a diet that forbids eating potassium-rich foods. Because obviously, if your diet is poor in magnesium, you are going to risk a deficiency. More about what foods are the best sources of magnesium in the next part of the video. People with known impaired gastrointestinal absorption issues such as Crohn's disease or IBD may also want to check their magnesium levels. Also, those with a vitamin D deficiency. These two nutrients, magnesium and vitamin D, are strictly correlated. When one is too low, you need to take care of the other two. Never supplement vitamin D without supplementing magnesium. People taking diuretics are also at risk. and also those with diabetes or insulin resistance. Now guys, this list includes basically the vast majority of those with CKD. So you may understand why today keeping magnesium levels under control should be recommended to every single CKD patient. Not many doctors do this, unfortunately. This is very bad. Unfortunately, magnesium deficiency, which is very common among people with kidney problems, may also cause hypertension, vascular calcification, and insulin resistance, some of the worst risk factors for CKD in the world. This deficiency has also been associated with a faster progression to ESRF. And question, what are the signs of low magnesium levels? Unlike many other deficiencies, you will know very soon if you have low magnesium. Well, if you know what to look for. I can tell exactly when my magnesium levels are low. I feel really jittery and nervous, just like when you take too much coffee but without the extra energy. And I'm also not going to sleep well if I have low magnesium. This is why I usually recommend to supplement magnesium before going to sleep. It can really help you sleep better. Another very common sign of low magnesium levels are muscle problems such as twitches, tremors, and muscle cramps. These are most commonly caused by two minerals actually, potassium and magnesium. So if you have a twitch or frequent cramps, look into these two. Then there's poor sleep, as I was saying. It's hard to relax with low magnesium levels. Fatigue is also common, but that's common with CKD too. Now, magnesium deficiency also has consequences you are going to see in your tests. It causes hypertension, which means that for many people, taking magnesium decreases the need for antihypertensive pills. Another consequence of low magnesium level is high uric acid levels, which is often accompanied with inflammation. Low magnesium levels can cause both these conditions. In short, poor sleep, muscle problems, fatigue, hypertension, inflammation, and high uric acid levels can all be caused by low magnesium levels. Question: what foods contain magnesium? Since magnesium levels are so often low in those with CKD, adding foods that are rich in magnesium to your diet may be a valid strategy. Many of the foods rich in magnesium should be regular in a kidney diet. They're a great way to get plenty other important nutrients too actually. Some of the best include almonds. Almonds are an amazing superfood. They are a great source of magnesium and they are rich in healthy fats. Compared to other nuts, they are more alkaline, which is great to protect the kidneys. 1 ounce of almonds, around 25 grams, will give you about 80 milligrams of magnesium. Daily requirement for magnesium in adults is estimated to be 200 to 400 milligrams. Another food that can help you get there are Brazil nuts. 1 ounce of Brazil nuts contains a whopping 100 milligrams of magnesium. But don't eat 1 ounce of Brazil nuts in a single day. You see, Brazil nuts are a rich source of many nutrients, especially the mineral selenium. This is a nutrient that has proven benefits. A recent study linked this mineral to a rapid increase in GFR and a decrease in creatinine. But be careful with Brazil nuts. You only want to eat 1 or 2 of these healthy nuts per day. Another great source of magnesium, chia seeds. Almost as rich in magnesium as Brazil nuts, chia seeds are also a great source of omega-3 essential fatty acids that can really help. Chia seeds are also packed with antioxidants and vitamins and are great in a salad or in a smoothie. You can also find magnesium in oats. This is a really underestimated food with many benefits. Being whole grains, oats are really rich in a special type of dietary fiber called beta-glucan. This fiber is known to help gut health and to be beneficial for cholesterol levels and insulin sensitivity. Also consider spinach. While 1 cup or 30 grams of raw spinach has just 30 milligrams of magnesium, this food is still one of the best things you can add to your eating plan. Spinach are incredibly alkaline at the point that they protect you from excess acidity. And they are also an excellent source of iron and vitamin C, 2 of the most important nutrients for those with CKD. Now you may ask, if I start eating all these extra veggies and fruits, won't my potassium and phosphorus levels go up too much? Well, the answer to this question was considered obvious just a few years ago. Today, the guideline doctors and dietitians must follow has changed. Your nephrologist is not supposed to tell you to avoid potassium anymore. So if you are still avoiding potassium and phosphorus-rich foods such as banana, mango, flaxseed, and more, watch my video about this topic. It's up here and also down in description. What is the best way to keep magnesium levels in the normal range? There are a dozen types of magnesium supplements you could take. There is magnesium sulfate, carbonate, oxide, citrate, and more. Not all of them will help, as I was saying. In fact, what a recent study on CKD patients found out is that supplementing magnesium carbonate or citrate won't raise serum magnesium levels. Researchers believe that magnesium oxide is the best option. In a study on hypertension in kidney disease, participants took between 240 and 960 milligrams of magnesium oxide each day to lower their blood pressure. The researchers found out that taking 300 to 400 milligrams of magnesium supplements daily was the best dosage. So that's what science recommends taking for people with kidney issues. Taking magnesium with vitamin B6 has also shown to improve absorption significantly. Now, my advice as usual is to first get checked for serum levels if you want to supplement magnesium. You should be especially careful if you have a GFR below 20 or 30. Also, having too high level of magnesium has its cons. While it won't damage your kidneys, it may still be not something we want. In short, if you have kidney disease, high blood pressure, or diabetes, discuss the possibility of a magnesium deficiency with your doctor. Taking 300 to 400 milligrams of magnesium oxide per day seems to be the best way of correcting a deficiency and lower your creatinine levels. Okay guys, as I was saying, the tips of today's video will help you in all the stages. If you want to learn more about what those with stage 4 or 5 can do to improve, my video up here is for you. And this is all for today. Thank you for watching. God bless.